Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to invite you to step into a space beyond your familiar self, a space where respect isn't something you chase, but something you attract. You see, respect isn't given to those who demand it, since magnetized by those who embody it. And just like any magnetic field, there are principles, universal laws that govern this attraction. Mastering emotional control is one of the most critical aspects of earning respect. At the heart of this principle lies the understanding that emotions are energy in motion, powerful forces that can influence not only your behavior, but also the way others perceive and interact with you. Those who master their emotions are seen as grounded, composed, and reliable qualities that naturally command respect. Conversely, those who are at the mercy of their emotions often come across as unpredictable or weak, undermining their ability to lead, inspire, or connect effectively with others. The first step in mastering emotional control is developing self-awareness. This means recognizing your emotional triggers and understanding how they manifest in your thoughts, actions, and physiological responses. For instance, anger might make your chest tighten, your voice rise, or your thoughts become sharper and more combative. Anxiety might cause racing thoughts, shallow breathing, or a tendency to withdraw. By becoming attuned to these cues, you can catch your emotions in their early stages, giving you the power to respond rather than react. One of the most effective tools for cultivating self-awareness is mindfulness. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, journaling, or simply pausing to reflect on your emotional state help you create a space between stimulus and response. This space is where emotional control resides. Instead of being swept away by a wave of anger or fear, mindfulness allows you to observe the wave, understand its origins, and choose how to navigate it. Once you have built self-awareness, the next step is emotional regulation. This involves managing your emotions in a way that aligns with your values and goals, rather than letting them dictate your actions. Techniques for emotional regulation vary widely, but they all share a common foundation, shifting from a reactive state to a proactive state to a proactive one. For example, when faced with criticism, your instinct might be to defend yourself aggressively or shut down entirely. However, emotional control enables you to pause, assess the situation, and respond in a way that maintains your dignity and fosters mutual understanding. Breath work is a powerful technique for emotional regulation. Deep, intentional breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight or flight response triggered by stress or strong emotions. By practicing slow, diaphragmatic breathing during moments of emotional intensity, you can calm your nervous system and gain the clarity needed to respond thoughtfully. Another key aspect of emotional regulation is reframing. This involves shifting your perspective on a situation to see it in a more constructive light. For example, if someone's behavior angers you, consider what might be driving their actions. Are they under stress? Do they lack the information or skills needed to handle the situation effectively? By reframing the situation, you can replace anger with empathy, which not only helps you maintain your composure, but also strengthens your relationships. Mastering emotional control also requires developing emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from emotional setbacks and adapt to challenging circumstances. Building resilience involves practicing self-compassion, maintaining a growth mindset, and seeking out supportive relationships that reinforce your emotional strength. When you are resilient, you demonstrate to others that you can handle life's challenges with grace and fortitude qualities. Communicating with confidence and clarity is a foundational skill that distinguishes individuals who command respect from those who struggle to earn it. At its core, communication isn't just about speaking, it's about conveying your thoughts, emotions, and intentions in a way that others can understand, connect with, and respond to. People who communicate confidently exude an aura of authority and assurance, while those who lack clarity or conviction often leave others feeling uncertain or disengaged. Communication is not just verbal, it includes body language, tone of voice, eye contact, and even the pauses between words. Every element works together to either build or erode the respect others have for you. The first step in confident communication is mastering your body language. Your posture, gestures, and facial expressions often speak louder than your words. Standing tall, maintaining eye contact, and using open body language send a message of self-assuredness and presence. In slouched shoulders, crossed arms, or avoiding eye contact, on the other hand, can communicate insecurity or disinterest even if your words suggest otherwise. Awareness of your physical presence allows you to align your nonverbal cues with your intended message, creating coherence between what you say and how you say it. Next comes the power of your voice. A strong, steady voice carries authority, while a shaky or overly soft voice can diminish your impact. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, it's about speaking with intentionality and purpose. Pace, pitch, and volume all play a role in how your message is received. Speaking too quickly might make you seem nervous, while speaking too slowly might lose your audience's attention. Practicing vocal control, emphasizing key points, varying your tone, and maintaining a rhythm helps ensure your words land with precision and impact. Equally important is the ability to articulate your thoughts clearly. People often lose respect for individuals who ramble, over-explain, or speak in vague terms. Clarity requires preparation and a focused mindset. Before speaking, know the point you want to make and the outcome you hope to achieve. This doesn't mean you need a script for every conversation, but it does mean you should have a clear direction. When your words are concise and intentional, people are more likely to listen and value what you have to say. Listening is another cornerstone of confident communication. Many people mistake communication for constant talking, but those who truly command respect know how to listen actively. Active listening means being fully present in the conversation, avoiding the temptation to interrupt or formulate your response while the other person is still speaking. When you listen with intention, you signal to others that their thoughts and feelings are valued, creating trust and mutual respect. Additionally, good listeners ask thoughtful questions, further demonstrating their engagement and interest in the conversation. Assertiveness is also a key element of confident communication. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs honestly and respectfully without being passive or overly aggressive. Passive communication often leads to people dismissing your opinions, while aggressive communication, resistance, and resentment. Assertiveness strikes a balance that allows you to stand your ground while still showing respect for others. Phrases like, "I understand your perspective, but I see it differently," or "I appreciate your input, but I have another approach in mind," can help you assert yourself without escalating conflict. Another critical component of clear communication is emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage both your own emotions and the emotions of others enables you to navigate difficult conversations with grace. Sometimes the message you need to deliver isn't easy. Feedback, disagreements, or setting boundaries can all be emotionally charged situations. Emotionally intelligent communicators stay composed, choose their words carefully, and remain empathetic, even when tensions rise. So preparation can't be overlooked when discussing confident communication. While not every interaction can be rehearsed, preparing for key conversations, whether it's a meeting, a presentation, or a challenging discussion, makes a significant difference. Preparation involves organizing your thoughts, anticipating questions or objections, and visualizing a successful outcome. When you're prepared, you naturally exude confidence because you've eliminated uncertainty from the equation. Lastly, consistency in communication builds trust and respect over time. People respect individuals whose words match their actions and whose messages remain steady across different situations. Inconsistency creates doubt, while consistent communication fosters reliability and trustworthiness. Every interaction, no matter how small, contributes to how others perceive your communication style. When you approach every conversation with clarity, confidence, and intention, you establish yourself as someone worth listening to and respecting. Listening actively and responding thoughtfully is one of the most underrated yet profoundly powerful skills when it comes to earning respect. Many people assume that respect comes from speaking well, having strong opinions, or commanding attention with their words. While those elements play a role, respect is equally, if not more, earned through how well you listen and how intentionally you respond. Active listening is not just about hearing the words someone is saying, it's about being fully present in a conversation, understanding the underlying message, and responding in a way that reflects care, thoughtfulness, and clarity. At its core, active listening starts with presence. In a world filled with distractions, endless notifications, multitasking, and internal noise, it's rare to find someone who truly listens. When you give someone your full, undivided attention, you're not just hearing their words, you're giving them a sense of value. You're telling them, without saying a word, that what they're sharing matters to you. This simple act creates an immediate connection and lays the foundation for mutual respect. Presence means maintaining eye contact, avoiding interrupting, and eliminating distractions like checking your phone or allowing your mind to drift to unrelated thoughts. It means being in the moment, not mentally preparing your response while the other person is still talking. Beyond presence, active listening also involves curiosity. When you approach conversations with genuine curiosity, you create space for deeper understanding. Curiosity means asking open-ended questions to encourage the other person to share more. It means seeking to understand their perspective rather than immediately trying to prove your own. For example, instead of responding with assumptions or judgment, you might ask, can you tell me more about what you mean by that? Or how did that experience make you feel? Questions like these demonstrate that you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're actively engaging with their thoughts and feelings. Nonverbal cues also play a huge role in active listening. Nodding, leaning slightly forward, and maintaining open body language signal that you're tuned in the conversation. Subtle verbal acknowledgments like saying, I understand, or that makes sense, show the speaker that you're following along. However, it's important to ensure these cues are genuine and not mechanical. People can easily detect when someone is pretending to listen versus when they're truly invested in the conversation. Another critical aspect of active listening is patience. Often, we're so eager to share our own thoughts, advice, or stories that we interrupt or cut someone off mid-sentence. Interrupting doesn't just disrupt the flow of conversation, it sends a message that you believe your words are more important than theirs. True respect comes from giving someone the space to fully express themselves without rushing them or trying to control the direction of the conversation. Silence in this context becomes a powerful tool. Allowing moments of pause shows that you're processing what's being said rather than rushing to fill the space with your own thoughts. Responding thoughtfully is the natural extension of active listening. Thoughtful responses are not just about saying something smart or profound, they're about showing that you understood what was shared and that your reply adds value to the conversation. One of the most respectful things you can do in a conversation is to reference something specific the other person said. For example, earlier you mentioned feeling uncertain about your decision. I can imagine how challenging that must have been. This type of response not only shows that you were paying attention, but it also validates the other person's experience. Tone also matters when responding thoughtfully. Even if your words are well chosen, an impatient or dismissive tone can undermine your message. Thoughtful responses are delivered calmly, with intention, and without emotional reactivity. If you disagree with someone, responding with respect becomes even more crucial. Instead of dismissing their perspective, you might say, I see where you're coming from and I appreciate your viewpoint. I have a slightly different perspective. Though, would you be open to hearing it? Approaches like this create room for healthy dialogue rather than shutting the other person down. Empathy is another cornerstone of thoughtful responses. Responding with empathy means putting yourself in the other person's shoes and acknowledging their emotions, even if you don't fully relate to their experience. With phrases like that sounds really difficult, or I can tell how much this means to you, communicate emotional intelligence and care. Empathy doesn't require you to have all the answers or solutions. It simply requires you to show that you understand and that you care. Timing also plays a significant role in thoughtful responses. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do is not respond immediately. If a conversation carries significant emotional weight or complexity, it's okay to take a moment, reflect, and then offer a response. So saying something like, I need a moment to process this before I respond, demonstrates self-awareness and respect for the importance of the conversation. Active listening and thoughtful responses are not one-time actions, they are habits. They require practice, self-awareness, and intention. So in every interaction, whether it's a casual conversation with a friend, a disagreement with a colleague, or a meaningful dialogue with a loved one, these habits set the tone for how others perceive and respect you. When people feel truly heard and valued in your presence, they are far more likely to listen to you in return. Respect is not just about what you say, it's about how you make others feel when they speak to you. And when you master the art of listening deeply and responding intentionally, respect becomes a natural byproduct of your presence. Delivering your message with confidence and clarity is one of the most powerful ways to earn respect from others. Confidence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room or projecting an exaggerated sense of self-importance. It's about being secure in your knowledge, owning your perspective, and speaking with conviction. Clarity, on the other hand, ensures that your message isn't lost in unnecessary complexity or vagueness. When you combine these two qualities, your words carry a presence that naturally commands attention and respect. People are drawn to those who speak with certainty, not because they always have the right answers, but because they are unafraid to stand behind their message. Confidence begins internally. It starts with believing in what you're saying and in your ability to deliver that message effectively. If you don't believe in your words, it will be nearly impossible for others to believe in them either. Confidence comes from preparation, knowledge, and self-trust. When you know your subject matter inside and out, when you've thought deeply about your perspective, and when you trust your ability to communicate effectively, your confidence becomes unshakable. But confidence isn't arrogance. It doesn't come from the need to prove yourself to others. Instead, it comes from a quiet assurance that your voice matters, your message is valuable, and your perspective holds weight. Your physical presence also plays a role in communicating confidence. Your posture, eye contact, and gestures send powerful signals about how secure you are in yourself and your message. Standing or sitting up straight, keeping your shoulders back, and maintaining steady eye contact projects self-assuredness. When you make eye contact with your audience, whether it's one person or a room full of people, it creates a connection that reinforces your credibility. Avoiding eye contact, fidgeting, or displaying nervous habits can create the impression of uncertainty. Even if your words are solid, small details like speaking with a steady voice, avoiding filler words such as or like, in maintaining a calm demeanor, all contribute to an image of someone who knows what they're talking about. Clarity is equally important because even the most confident speaker can lose respect if their message is muddled or overly complex. People respect speakers who can take complicated ideas and distill them into something simple, clear, and actionable. Clarity means knowing your main point and sticking to it without getting lost in tangents or unnecessary details. Every word you use should serve a purpose. Rambling or over-explaining can dilute your message, causing your audience to tune out or lose interest. But only to deliver with clarity, it's important to know your audience. Are you speaking to experts in your field, casual listeners, or people with no prior knowledge of your topic? Tailoring your message to the audience ensures that your words land effectively. Using jargon or overly technical language with people who aren't familiar with your subject will only create confusion. On the other hand, oversimplifying complex ideas for an audience that's already well-versed in the topic can come across as condescending. Effective speakers adjust their vocabulary, examples, and tone to match the needs of their audience without losing the essence of their message. Pacing also plays a significant role in clarity. Speaking too fast can make it difficult for people to keep up with your thoughts, while speaking too slowly can make your message lose momentum. A confident speaker knows how to balance their pacing, emphasizing key points with deliberate pauses and varying their tone to maintain engagement. Pauses, when used intentionally, can add weight to your words, giving your audience time to process and absorb what you're saying. Another key aspect of clarity is structure. People respect messages that are well organized and easy to follow. Whether you're giving a speech, leading a meeting, or having a one-on-one conversation, it helps to have a clear structure in mind. Start with a strong opening that grabs attention. Move into your main points with logical flow and close with a memorable conclusion. When your thoughts are well organized, your audience can follow along effortlessly, which reinforces their confidence in you as a communicator. Confidence and clarity also require emotional control. Even in high-pressure situations or during moments of disagreement, maintaining composure is essential. People lose respect for speakers who let frustration, anger, or insecurity seep into their delivery. Emotional steadiness communicates maturity and authority, allowing you to remain persuasive even when the conversation becomes challenging. Self-awareness is crucial when delivering your message with confidence and clarity. Pay attention to your voice, your body language, and the reactions of your audience. Are they leaning in and staying engaged, or do they seem distracted or confused? Being adaptable in real time allows you to make adjustments, repeat key points if necessary, or clarify areas where your message might not have landed effectively. Preparation is another cornerstone of confident and clear delivery. Great communicators rarely rely solely on improvisation. They prepare their message, anticipate potential questions, and rehearse if necessary. This preparation doesn't mean memorizing every word. It means being so familiar with your content that you can deliver it naturally without relying on notes or stumbling over your thoughts. Finally, authenticity ties everything together. Confidence and clarity are most powerful when they are genuine. People respect speakers who don't try to imitate someone else's style, but instead lean into their unique voice and personality. Whether you're naturally calm and measured or passionate and energetic, owning your authentic style allows your confidence and clarity to shine through. In the end, delivering your message with confidence and clarity isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared, present, and intentional. It's about trusting yourself enough to speak boldly and caring enough to make your message easy to understand. When you combine these elements, people don't just hear your words, they feel your conviction. They understand your point and they respect your voice.